We are wrapping up our 2-week stay here in Puerto Vallarta, and as we document our journeys across the world, there's a big question that we have been asking ourselves. Would we live here? Puerto Vallarta is a picturesque resort town located on Mexico's Pacific coast in the state of Jalisco. It is known for its stunning beaches, vibrant cultural scene, a mix of traditional and modern influences, and is super popular to the tourists, the retirees, and Mexicans themselves. Right now, I'm standing here at the Rio Pichillal where it meets the ocean, and I think this is the perfect swimming condition because I love the mixture of the cold river water and warm ocean water just swirling all around you. I also heard sometimes you can spot crocodiles on the beach. With that said, I'm jumping in.
The overall feel and uniqueness of this place is that the people here are truly at peace. We think that this is the version of Mexico that most Mexicans want. So it's a place where crime is evidently low, the economy is very good, so you don't see just tourists spending their money, you see locals as well spending their money.
We're taking a casual walk here on a Monday morning at the Malecón, which is an iconic attraction of Puerto Vallarta. Here you can just walk for like a mile, it's about a mile long, and take in the ocean views, the mountain views. You can stop at all the restaurants. There are so many restaurants and bars and stuff, and you can party. And this is also where the party is. Like, I actually enjoy this in the morning more because like later in the day it becomes too party for Whitney and I, too much party. But this place highlights how walkable this city truly is. And it is a place where you don't really need to own a car. You can just walk around and go and do all the things you want to do or need to do. Right now we are crossing over the bridge that connects the city center of Puerto Vallarta to the romantic zone. And these areas are chock full of bars and restaurants. It's the place to go party. The morning crowd is totally different, way more at peace, more of our style. And it is not the area of Puerto Vallarta that we stayed in.
In contrast, we decided to stay here in the Versalles neighborhood, one of the more local and residential spots in the city. Local real estate agencies advertise this as one of the most up-and-coming trending neighborhoods, and it is well known because of its dining options, a statement that we had to put to the test, and we can confirm.
And I mean, we stayed right here at the corner of Francia and Palm Springs, and right across the street were literally two really good restaurants, Tlauli and Urbanada. And just one block away is Avalon, which I think has probably been our favorite so far. And I mean, just in a stretch, in one block, you have 3 delicious restaurants, and there are many, many others in this area. It was such a temptation, and we loved it.
And because it's one of the most growing neighborhoods in the city, it's where most of the construction is happening. As you can see, there are multiple buildings going up that are mid-construction.
This España 316, that's gonna be what this apartment ends up looking like when they are done.
Only 33 units.
Only 33 units, that's not a lot. Interesting.
Didn't say it would be large. Yeah, look, 848 square feet is the smallest one.
Wow. And Versalles is not super popular for the tourists because it's not right next to the beach. I mean, it's a 15-minute walk away, but it's super popular for digital nomads and anybody who wants long-term residency here in Puerto Vallarta. Another thing we look for is the proximity to grocery stores. We are literally 10 minutes away walking to 3 different grocery stores, including at Costco, which was super surprising to us. Look at some of these houses. They're super modern. Very, very nice. Very, very nice houses.
To give you an idea of how much it might cost to live here, we spent $424 on an Airbnb for 16 nights. Let's go check it out.
As you can see, this is not a luxurious experience. This is just a tiny studio apartment. It's got some decent furniture in it, and it's a really good place to come for a short stay. You don't really have much of a view here. You kind of can see the mountains through the kitchen window over here, which is kind of cool, but it's not much of a view. It's not a big amazing, grandiose view. There's another window facing the other street where we can see Herba Mala, just right across the street, tempting us to go eat there. One of the things we love about cities like these is that they are walkable. So we didn't really spend a whole lot of money on transportation. Uber rides were on average about $4 or $5 to get from the Versailles area to, say, the Malecon area or some other mall if we wanted to go. And we, at this point in time, have only spent about $85 in total on Uber rides, like probably 10 to 15 Uber rides, which $85 is less than insurance in the United States.
Overall, we believe that if you wanted to move permanently to Puerto Vallarta and live a moderate lifestyle, you could get away with spending $2,000 a month. Of course, if you wanted to experience more luxurious experiences, you want to go live in the condo overlooking the ocean, the Arcos, you could end up spending up to like $10,000, $20,000 a month.
Dude, it's 9:30 in the morning and like we were just out there a little bit recording stuff and I'm already like sweating so much. That's how hot it is here. I mean, when I went to the gym, I was just like dripping sweat.
Keep walking.
When you thought it was so nasty, she started bringing a towel, throwing it at me, saying, "Wipe yourself."
Well, because it said towel is mandatory.
I didn't say towel is mandatory, but I didn't see anybody else there with the towel.
Everyone had a towel.
Oh.
Grocery-wise, we tend to eat a lot at home because we prioritize our health. We are very picky about our breakfast and we like to eat about 6-7 eggs in the morning after coming back from the gym, so we prioritize eating breakfast at home. We also tend to cook our meals during the week while we are working. So for groceries, we ended up spending a little less than $400. However, our big temptation, eating out, especially in the Versailles neighborhood, was really difficult. With some amazing dining options, we ended up spending less than $600 and we still have 2 days left here. So, we'll see how much we end up spending in the end.
No place is perfect in the world, and one of the things we have noticed about Puerto Vallarta is their lack of beautifying public parks. We are right now in a public space. There's a playground in the background, and it is overgrown and not very well kept. And this is just something that we've started to notice in multiple little parks across the city. And it just seems like they are lacking some sort of organization of resources to beautify these places and keep it very nice for the residents and the locals here.
This is the tropics, so it's very hot and humid as expected. Nothing new here. However, I can say that we thrive in hot weather places. I mean, I'm from Bogota, where the weather year-round is fall-like. So we have been sweaty and running the air conditioner in our apartment non-stop. I mean, it's 9 a.m. in the morning. We are outside, the bright sun is like blinding me, and I already want to take a second shower.
Another thing I find very strange about Puerto Vallarta is that I'm standing literally in the trash pickup spot. So you will see later in the afternoon, people just driving around the trash that's in the middle of an intersection. And that's where you put your trash. I think it's very strange for a city that is well known and very modern that they don't have a better system.
One more negative for me is the drug offerings that happen in the Malecon and Romantic Zone area. Unlike the Versailles area where you don't encounter any of that stuff, but it is something that boils my nerves. I can't stand it, not here, not in Colombia, not in any place, because I don't support it. And I think that it brings a lot of social and economical problems to a region. So that's a big negative for me.
In general, those are about the only 4 complaints we can think of for Puerto Vallarta. It's a pretty incredible city, very modern, very Americanized. Wendy has often described it as the best of both worlds because she's so used to products from Latin America and the United States, and they have both here, which is awesome.
I can find both.
Yeah. So Mexico, in general, might just be a place where we end up. What we love about this city is how walkable it is. There are several grocery stores and restaurants nearby, and really good restaurants actually. And then of course you are really close to the beach and all this amazing geography and these vistas and these views. It is truly a beautiful location to live and to exist in.
The city also feels very safe. According to some statistics posted by the city of Puerto Vallarta, in the first quarter of 2024, only 25.1% of the population said that they didn't feel safe in the city. This is something that we have greatly appreciated because it has been a relief to walk all over the city at all hours of the day and feel like we don't have to worry about our phones being stolen. We've been able to record, get shots, and have fun in the city without having to worry. And that's something that has been truly amazing.
And I think it is a bit of an understatement, but the beaches here are great. They are awesome. There's a big variety of them. And you don't really have a lot of hustlers who are coming along the beach selling you stuff and vendors. You get some of that in the city center, but as you go towards the northern beaches like we are here right now, there's not really any of it going on, which is great. So you can really come here to relax. In the southern part, south of Puerto Vallarta, is where you're going to find a lot more of the pristine beaches like Animas and many, many others. It is absolutely spectacular. I can see why people come here every single year to vacation the beaches.
And because we are in Mexico and we are in close proximity to the United States, it has been a huge relief to find products that I love both from the US and from Latin America, specifically for my curly hair. Johnny doesn't care because if I let him, he will literally wash his hair and his face and everywhere with the same hand soap that he uses.
Y finalmente, una cosa me gusta mucho, nos amamos mucho sobre Puerto Vallarta está, se saben dos idiomas, español y inglés. Entonces es más fácil para mí a comunicar con la gente aquí porque saben los dos idiomas. It has been a struggle in Latin America for me at times to really understand what is on menus, to order food. And here you don't really have that struggle because people know English. And I think that's awesome. Obviously, that's because a lot of people are coming here from the United States and Canada.
That just makes you lazy, Johnny.
It just makes me lazy. No, yo necesito ir a otras partes de Latinoamérica donde no saben algo inglés at all. ¿Cómo se dice at all?
No saben nada.
Nada inglés, no, sí, sin inglés.
Porque necesitas aprender.
Yo sé, cuando tú dices a mí, limpia bien, y una chancla está volando en la área, yo entiendo.
In conclusion, will we live here? Yes.
I think the answer is yes. Hey, this place really checks off a lot of boxes off of our list. Like, it's a walkable city. There are delicious restaurants on every corner. There are many, many grocery stores. Those are things that we always look for. Lots of gyms, actually. We haven't mentioned gyms, but there are quite a few options here for gyms. And then there's nature everywhere. You got the beaches, you have the mountains. We have not explored enough of the hiking culture here. I think there's more than what we could find in this short period of time we have been here. But the answer is yes, and there's a lot of economical things and practical things that I think are really making this a very attractive location for the two of us, especially being, Latina, de Colombia, y yo de Estados Unidos. It's the mixture of both worlds, it really seems like.
Yes, and people really say that Colombians and Mexicans are the ones that are the most similar in Latin Americans. We're the closest ones. We're brothers and sisters. So it really feels like I'm at home, and I love it.
Muchas gracias por tu vista en ese video. Por favor, poner sus comentarios abajo y empuje the like button and subscribe and all that. Please let us know your thoughts, your comments, and all that below. And if we had missed anything, let us know what suggestions we should check out next time that we come to Puerto Vallarta.
Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Adios.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.